Hi everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today's reading is, what is your person not telling you? So just for the record, I am not going to be delving into secrets that you are not meant to know. I don't do that. I don't think it's ethical, but this is information that Spirit feels you should know, that you need to know. It's in both of your best interest for you to know. And for whatever reason, your person doesn't feel comfortable sharing it with you. So I want you to pick a card, pick a group, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm going to show you the cards close up so you can see them. The first one is card 21, and it's Sodaji. I think that's how you say it. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. Card number 2, group number 2 is card number 47, Optimism. Group 3 is card number 10, Grief and Sadness. And group 4 is card 3, and it's Growth. So choose a group, choose it by the number, choose it by the card number, choose it by the picture, by the words, whatever is tugging on you and resonates with you, that's the group you should go with. If you get into a group and it doesn't connect, go back and try again, try another one. All right, in the description, you'll see the timestamps for each of the groups. Just click on that time and it'll take you right to your reading. All right, thanks y'all, we'll see you there. Hi group 1. Okay, let's take a look at what your person is not telling you. Now, just for the record, this is information that your person is not telling you, but that Spirit feels that you should know, that you need to know this. So we're not delving into secrets and finding information that you shouldn't know, that they don't want you to know. There's a part of them that must want you to know this because their higher self is bringing these messages in. All right, so the card that you picked, it's card number 21, Sodaji. I think I'm saying that right. What it is, it's that feeling of knowing that something is missing from your life, that you feel incomplete. It's just that feeling that something is very empty and missing. So we'll talk more about that as we get into the rest of the reading. So let's see what else we have to learn about what's going on with your person and what they're not telling you. Look at some tarot cards first. We're going to look at the past, present, and future energy of your person and see just kind of where they are as a baseline for your reading. And then we'll pull some messages. I've got 3 different decks with messages for you from your person, from your person's higher self. Okay. All right, we have 4 of Cups, the Star, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, 5 of Swords in reverse, and the 7 of Swords. Whew, okay. Give me just a sec while I just take these cards in. All right, so starting with the past energy. Your person hold on just a sec, I'm just listening to Spirit. there's this sense that they didn't want to commit, that that they knew they had something good, they knew they had something beautiful, and there was almost like an expectation of more. And that sort of sent them scattering. It sent their energy scattering. They didn't know what to do about that because they didn't feel that was something they were prepared for. And so you have this Chariot energy just not knowing where things are headed, but feeling like they're not headed in the right direction. In the present energy, we have the Five of Swords in reverse and the Star card. There is this sense of hope for a better future in this relationship, despite having some regrets about things that were said, actions that were taken, misunderstandings. What I'm hearing is that they pushed you away, or you pushed them away. They pushed you away because they were scared and they didn't know what to do. But they're recognizing that now. And their higher self is connecting with them in a really deep way, or in their guides. It's like the energy around them is supporting them in having hope, in understanding that you don't need to know where things are going in order to know that they're going somewhere good. So they're very hopeful right now, despite this feeling that they feel like they've really messed up. And they don't necessarily know if you'll be together again in the way that they feel now that you should be. Because maybe they've done some irreparable damage to your trust, to your heart. But they're remaining hopeful. Then we have the future energy. This has them trying to make their way back to you slowly, one step at a time. But there's still a lot of angst. There's still a lot of things that they are not ready to be honest about. But part of them wants to try, is what I'm getting. Because if they can't be honest with you about what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what's going on, then there really is no future for you both. All right. Let's clarify some of these energies and just get a little more information. All right. Spirit, can you give me one card on the past energy, Four of Cups and the Chariot in reverse, please? Thank you. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, they weren't ready to commit. They weren't ready to really move things forward in a really solid way. So maybe you were talking about marriage or moving in together, or there's some level of commitment that spooked them. that they felt there were expectations for, but they were not ready to give. And so they pulled away. All right, Spirit, can you give me one card on the present energy, the Star card and the Five of Swords in reverse? Please, thank you. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. They want to give you more. That's how they're feeling, but they can't. There's this sense of knowing that you deserve better, that you deserve more than they can give you right now. And they're struggling with that. They've got a lot of regrets. They want to give you everything in the universe. They want you to have it all, and they want to be the one to give it to you. They just don't have it in them. And so it's almost like this energy of, I'm better off staying away rather than saddle you with expectations that they can't meet. All right. Spirit, can you clarify the future energy, Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Swords, please? We have 10 of Wands. Yeah, I mean, this is something they're struggling with. They will continue to struggle with it. This is going to be a long, slow journey for them, and maybe for you too. In order for them to let go of what is burdening them and to be able to speak their truth and make their way confidently back to you. All right, let's get some messages. We have, I need more balance. Sex with you. I think we should see other people. I'm gonna move these over a little bit. And they are waiting for you. They're very imbalanced right now, for sure. For sure, for sure. And they're working on it. They're working on themselves. They miss the passion that you had. They miss the connection that you had. They miss being around you. But they know that's not enough. Right? It's like, this isn't all about sex, but it's a good analogy, which is why I think this card came through, is that, you know, when you're in a relationship, the sex can be great, but it's not enough. And so your person knows that what they can offer you is not enough right now, but they are waiting for you. They are working on themselves so that hopefully, maybe someday, you can come back together and they will feel complete again. In the meantime, you know, they do think you should see other people. I don't feel that they are. I feel that they are waiting for you. They're waiting to feel better, to be ready. And then there isn't anybody else they want to be with. But they don't expect you to wait. All right, let's get some additional messages. And certainly I'm sure that's something they're not telling you. Maybe they are, but okay. We have I hid something from you and I'm afraid to tell you about it. This comes back to these lies. There's things they need to tell you, information they need to tell you that they were not honest about, secrets that they really want to unburden themselves with and to clear the air with you. But it's going to be hard for them to do that. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. They're starting to wonder at this point if you are waiting for them, if you do feel the same. And more than that, when they are able to finally come and explain themselves and tell you their truth, will you feel the same then? I'm unavailable. And I'm busy with work right now and it requires my attention. I feel like these are some of the lies that they told you. Not answering calls, not returning text messages, dodging you. And saying, oh, it's work, or, I'm unavailable, I can't talk. And there may be bigger lies, there may be other things that they want to tell you that they can't or feel like they can't. But those are secrets that the Spirit is not sharing, right? There are some things that need to come from your person. But what I feel here is just some of it. They were feeling very confused about your connection and, their place in the bigger picture, what they wanted for their future. And so they dodged you. They dodged you. They weren't busy. They weren't unavailable. They just didn't want to talk. Now it's possible with this I'm unavailable card that your person was already in some kind of a commitment with someone and didn't tell you. I don't feel like that is the case for most of the people watching this video, because I feel it, but I don't feel it very strongly. What feels more strong is that they were with you, but not quite over someone else. And so they were not with this other person, but part of their heart still was a little bit. All right, let's get some final messages. It was love at first sight. I feel like that's one of the things they never told you, is how connected they felt with you, how much they felt about you right from the start. I think they held that back. Thank you for opening me back up to love. I didn't mean to pressure you. And I didn't mean to complicate things. So for some of you, it may be that they were the one wanting to commit. and you weren't ready. With this, I didn't mean to pressure you. But that's not the overall feeling I get from this reading, so take it as it resonates, you know. But you did open them back up to love. And they felt it immediately. And I think they didn't share that with you. They didn't tell you. It was one of those things they kept to themselves because it made them feel vulnerable. And through this whole process, of course, they complicated things. They did complicate things. And they're regretting that now. They really are. So time will tell, y'all, how it's going to go and how things will work out for you. But I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into, you know, what they're thinking, what's going on with them, what they're not telling you, that Spirit feels like you need to know and that you should know. All right. Thank you for coming in and watching and sharing your energy with me. And I look forward to the next video with y'all. Bye-bye. Hi, group 2. Okay, we're going to take a look at what your person is not telling you. Now, for the record, what we're looking at is, yes, what your person is not telling you, but it's not something that you shouldn't know. This is what Spirit has decided is in your best interest to know. So we're not being sneaky. You know, I don't agree with, I don't agree with that. If there's something that you shouldn't know that they're not telling you, you're not going to hear it here. All right. The card you picked is card number 47, and it's Optimism. It's a beautiful card. We'll talk more about that as we get into your reading, and I can see a little bit more what's going on. But first, let's look at your person's energy. We're going to look at the past, the present, and the future energy of your person, just to give a good baseline of kind of where they are. All right, we have 4 of Wands, the Tower in reverse, the Moon in reverse, 9 of Cups reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, and 3 of Swords reversed. All right, give me just a sec while I take these cards in. All right, so looking at their past energy, we have the 9 of Cups in reverse and the 4 of Wands. What I'm getting is that they were putting on a really good show of being happy and fun and having a great time, but they weren't happy. They weren't happy, and I feel like they weren't telling you that they weren't happy. And it's not necessarily that they were unhappy with you. They were unhappy with themselves, and they were unhappy with their life, and unhappy in general. But to look at them, you wouldn't have known it. So their present energy, we have the Tower reversed and the Ace of Cups reversed. Right now, they're feeling really empty. They know something has to change. Something has to change in their life, and they don't know what. So if you're with this person currently and they've just gotten very withdrawn, just kind of pulled themselves away and aren't talking much, aren't doing much, aren't, engaging much with you or maybe with anyone, what I'm hearing is it's not personal to you. They've got some deep unhappiness inside themselves that they're trying to work around, work with, work through. And there's still some resistance to it. because their part of them doesn't quite know what needs to be done. They're trying to figure it out. They just know that they're deeply unhappy. Again, not with you, just in general. So the future energy, they do start to get some clarity through their emotions, and it does help bring about some healing. They start to understand. They start to work through their pain and come out of it. So that's good news. And that's probably where this optimism comes from, is there's hope for them. You know, they want to feel better. They want to be better. They want to look forward to the future, and right now, where they are right now, they don't. All right, let's get a little deeper here. Spirit, can you give me one card for their past energy? 4 of Wands and then 9 of Cups reversed. Okay. We have 2 of Pentacles reversed. They were trying to do it all and couldn't. They were trying to be everything to you, to everybody. It's like they were juggling the world and losing, but you didn't see it. No one saw it. They did a very good job of hiding that. All right. Can you give me one card on the present energy? The Tower reversed and the Ace of Cups reversed. I have the Temperance card. So they're struggling deeply with their own unhappiness, with this need to make changes in their life. And they're starting to do that. They're recognizing the work that needs to be done. To some extent, they recognize that work needs to be done on themselves. That they need to look at where they are in life, where they want to go, and to learn to be optimistic about what could be coming. I think they'd gotten into a place where they stopped believing in a better future for themselves. But little by little, they're starting to come into more balance, and they're being patient with themselves right now, which is a good sign. It's a very good sign. So rather than, if you notice there's 2 balls here and 2 here. Here they're upside down. They're dropping them. They can't keep it together anymore. But now they're starting to. They're starting to. All right. Can you give me one card, please, on the future energy? The Moon reversed and the 3 of Swords reversed. We have Death and Rebirth. Yeah, it won't be long. I mean, I don't want to say it won't be long. I don't have the timing here, but what is coming is they are going to come out of this. they're going to start seeing the light again. They're going to start feeling more clarity. They're going to start healing. And when they do, they're going to start to let go of the past, of whatever's been weighing them down. They still have a process to go. So we still have death in reverse, death and rebirth in reverse, which tells me that they're getting there. You know, when we get into this near future, they're getting there. But it's going to be a while yet. They still have a lot of healing to do. All right. The Spirit wants me to pull one more for their future energy, so I will pull one more. We have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They're not feeling like themselves, even in the near future. They may be having money problems that they may or may not be telling you about. But overall, it's this sense of this lack of confidence, this lack of belief in themselves that they are working through. And they're getting really a lot closer, but they're not there yet. All right, we'll pull some messages. I've got 3 decks here with different messages to help you better understand what it is they're not telling you. We have think before you act. This love scares me. And yeah, nah. They're overthinking everything. They're overthinking everything. Everything is scaring them right now because they don't know. They don't know what the future holds. You know, it's like for most people, we don't necessarily know what the future holds. But we have ideas of what we want and what we're hoping, what we're trying to manifest. Your person has lost that sense of dreaming about the future. They're getting it back, but it's been gone for a while. And so they've been overthinking that and everything. This love scares me, card number 11, that's a divine counterpart number. So they do recognize your connection. They recognize that you are soulmates, that you are meant to be in each other's lives. But right now for them, it's one more thing that they can't handle fully. They're trying, and they're trying to put on a good face about it all. But on the inside, they're struggling. And so it's like it's like 1 minute they're feeling better. This is in the near future. They're feeling better, and then they're not. And then they are, and then they're not. It's like this back and forth struggle with them. But they're getting closer, and that's really the important message. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? My life is falling apart and I'm struggling. For sure, for sure. And even though we shouldn't, I still want you. So no matter what they're going through, it hasn't changed their feelings about you whatsoever, not even a little bit. They're trying to get through their own crap. You know, it's like this dark night of the soul sort of energy. They're really, really struggling, and they understand, like, this can't go on forever, because how long will you put up with it, is how they're feeling. And so they're trying really, really hard to pull it together and to heal themselves. But really what I keep getting is, don't for a second think that they've stopped loving you, that they don't want to be around you, that they don't care about you. You are one of the main reasons why they know they have to get better. Because you're the one piece of their future that they can see. But only if they get better and they heal from whatever is going on with them. All right, let's get some final messages. I know our paths will cross again. It was love at first sight. And I'm so proud of how far you've come. This is what I'm getting from these messages. They are afraid, as with this time card, I know the clock is ticking for us, won't you wait? They are afraid that you are not going to wait for them. But even so, they know what they have to do. They know they have to do this. They have to heal. And they're optimistic. They believe that you are their divine counterpart. And they know, they feel in their gut and in their heart that if you have to leave, if you can't wait for them right now, they will understand, and they will hold out hope that your paths will cross again and that you will still come back together at some point in the future. They're hoping you will wait for them, but they don't expect you to. And it was love at first sight, absolutely. They knew right away. And I'm so proud of how far you've come. They do want you to know how proud they are of you. You inspire them. So I don't know if you've been through something similar yourself, and they were around for that, they witnessed it, maybe they helped you through it, or maybe you've just told them about it. But they see what you've done and what you've accomplished in your own self. Not career-wise necessarily, or money or status. It's about how far you've come as a person, as a soul. They see that in you, and it gives them hope that they can do the same thing. And they hope that someday you'll be proud of them also. All right, group 2, that is your reading. I hope it gives you some insight into your person and what they're not telling you, what they feel like they can't tell you right now, but what it really you needed to know. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for being here and watching and sharing your energy with me. And I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And otherwise, I will look forward to the next video. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye. Hi, group 3. Okay, let's find out what your person isn't telling you. Now, just so you know, there are no messages that are going to come through that you are not meant to hear. These are things that your person isn't telling you for their own, reasons. But Spirit will only share messages with me that are for the highest good of you and your partner, your person, if you hear them. So just trust that I'm not giving away secrets that are going to hurt anyone. It's always for your highest good. All right, let's take a look at the card you picked. You have card number 10, Grief and Sadness, with the Wilted Rose. And we'll learn more about what that card means for you and your person as we get a little deeper into the cards. So let's pull some cards and look at your person's energy. It gives a good baseline for where they are for this reading. We have 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups reversed, High Priestess reversed, King of Swords reversed, 8 of Cups, and 5 of Swords reversed. All right, give me just a second while I take in these cards. All right, so the cards are set up, past, recent past in most cases, present energy, near future. So we're looking at, for starters, looking at the past, the recent past of your person. And what I see is there's a lot of negative thinking going on, or overthinking. And they're trying to get out of it. Something's going on, and we'll go in a little bit deeper, but something is going on or was going on that really stressed out your person, had them, thinking in a dark place, worrying, stressed. I do see them working on it, like really trying to turn it around. So they weren't, wallowing in negativity or anything like that. They were catching themselves and trying to work their way through it. They wanted to be better, and so they were working at it. In the present energy, we have the 9 of Cups reversed and the 8 of Cups. Part of them wanted to just give up. It's almost like, and I can't quite see what happened, and of course it'll be different for everybody, but it's almost like they didn't have anything to live for, which sounds extreme. But it's this feeling of, I've lost everything I've ever cherished, everything I've ever wanted, everything I've ever loved. And just wanting to move on from that feeling of emptiness and loss. And maybe, maybe there was a death, maybe there was some sort of tragic situation or very, very heavy situation in their life. What I keep hearing is they lost everything. They lost everything. So whatever everything means to your person, they really feel like they lost everything important to them, everything that mattered. Not you. I feel like you your part of this is like off to the side, but it's like the rest of their life, they had a hard time, they're having a hard time seeing the good anymore. And you'll notice in this Nine of Cups card, I'll hold it up right so you can see better, there's this treasure chest full of treasure, and it's upside down. So not only is it emotional emptiness with all these cups reversed, but it could very well be financial emptiness as well. So maybe they lost a lot of money, lost their job, lost their business. But it really, really devastated them, maybe more than you realize. So for sure, I'm assuming you know what the situation is, but you may not have realized exactly how hard it hit them, because, you know, they were working so hard to try to, you know, keep working and keep going. And here they're walking away. It's like they're not wallowing, but inside they're really, really hurting. Now we get into the near future energy, and we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse. They're listening to the wrong things. What I'm hearing is they're listening to the voices in their head instead of trusting their intuition. They want to get back to reality, whatever that means, reality for them. But they don't know how, because they're not trusting anymore. Not trusting their intuition, not trusting like the universe to provide, to support. It's like the rug was pulled out from beneath them, and they don't know how to recover from it. So it's almost like in the past, in the present energy, they're pretty devastated, for sure. But they're doing a decent job of hiding it. When we get into this future energy, they're not hiding it anymore. Like, if you haven't, if you've just been wondering what's going on with them, what are they not telling me? It's going to come out. It's going to come out. All right. Let's go a little deeper here. Spirit, can you give me one card? Oop. Sorry. Just so you know, I don't read jumper cards because it's usually just my own clumsy hands. My guides tell me when to stop shuffling. They tell me what cards to pick. So, all right. Can you please give me one card for the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Swords in reverse for their past energy, please? We have Four of Pentacles. They were doing their very best to hang on to whatever they had left. Just hanging on for dear life. So whether this is people, whether this is money, their business, their job, they did not want to let go. And they were trying really hard to overcome this situation, this adversity that they found themselves in. Like, the harder I work, I'll be able to beat this. I'll be able to overcome this. I'll be able to save my business, for example. And so they're working very, very hard, and they're trying really hard not to sink into negativity. But at the same time, they're also not being honest with themselves, with you, just how scared and devastated and worried and sad they really were. All right, can you give me one card for the present energy, Nine of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Cups, please? we have King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's just pure unhappiness. Right now they're starting to give in to the despair of it. They may not be showing it to you, to others, but inside they're feeling it. They are devastated. All right. Yeah, it's a really empty feeling. Like what I'm feeling right now when I'm connecting with that energy is they just want to give up. Like they fought and fought and fought. And they don't have anything left. You know? All right. Can you give me one card on their future energy? The High Priestess reversed, the Five of Swords reversed. Can you tell me more about that, please? And we have the Ace of Cups. They're going to start coming out of it. They have a process that they're going to have to go through of like sort of being mad at the universe and, you know, overthinking and regretting every decision they made. Every little thing that may or may not have led to whatever happened. But in that process, they're going to find this glimmer of hope in the form of love. It may be, you know, in connecting with you or just connecting with themselves. But they're going to find this glimmer of hope, and it's just a seed of happiness. You know what I mean? Like a drop of happiness, but it's more than they've had for a long time, for a while. And suddenly it feels possible again to get through this, which is really, really encouraging energy. All right, let's get some messages from them. It's like messages of what would they tell you if they could? What would their higher self want to tell you? Okay. Let me hold you. Strength. And be more selfish. Oh, they want me to pull one more. I think so, yes. If they had the courage and the vulnerability to talk to you about this, they would let you know that they're not feeling very strong, that they really need you, you know? It's this let me hold you energy, like, you know, like one of those big, deep hugs that just, even for a moment, feels like it can fix everything. And they understand they've been very selfish through this process. They've been very self-consumed and have not been sharing much with you and have been so focused on what's going on in their life that you probably are feeling neglected and abandoned and ignored. They recognize it, but they also recognize that it's what they had to do. It's a process they had to go through and are still going through, for sure. All right, let's get some more messages here. We have, I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. And I'm unavailable. To be honest, they just don't have time right now for a relationship, for other people. They're so mired in their own loss, their own devastation, their own worries and stress and concerns, that they just don't have time. They don't have the mental and emotional energy to take care of anybody else right now, to be there for anybody else right now. And it's unfortunate, but if you can see it, and if this is someone you care about deeply, hopefully you can, see their heart in this and understand where they are and give them the space they need, give them encouragement without asking for anything in return. We all go through times in our lives like that where we need that. We just need someone to say, I support you, I love you, I'm here if you need me, you don't need to do anything for me, you take care of you. All right, let's get some final messages. Okay. Were you just using me? My life changed when I met you, and it's easier for me to avoid you right now. I get the sense that I feel like it's coming from them and not from you, but I get the sense that they feel like when they lost whatever they lost, that suddenly they didn't feel worthy anymore, and they felt like you pulled away. And maybe you did, but I don't really feel that. But I feel that was their take on it, at least in the past energy. So it's kind of like, for instance, if they lost their business or lost a lot of money or their job, and here they are devastated, they've lost everything, and they're feeling like you've pulled away, and they're in this negative vibration, right? And so their thought process is, did you only want me for my money? Did you only want me for my job or for my business or for whatever it was they had that they lost? I don't think they stayed in that energy very long. I don't think they're in that energy now. In the present energy, it's my life changed when I met you. They value you and your relationship and your heart and your love, even though they they don't have the emotional energy to reciprocate. And then we have, it's easier for me to avoid you right now. And it probably is easier for them. Because with all that's gone on, there's a lot of questions. I'm sure you have, like, what's going on? Why won't you talk to me? What did I do wrong? All those things that we all think when someone is kind of become removed or withdrawn. And for them, it's easier to not have to deal with that than to answer a lot of questions and go into deep territory that they're not prepared to do yet. But things are changing for them. They really are. So we've got this Ace of Cups. They're going to get that glimmer of hope. They're going to get that touch of love that will start to change everything. And maybe that touch of love comes from you. Maybe it's you saying, I know you're going through something really hard, but I'm here for you, and that's it. And not put more on them. You know, you do what feels good to you, but I do see that they're going to get this renewed sense of hope and love in the near future. And they still have a journey to go through, but that will be the turning point for them. All right, group 3, I hope that was helpful. I hope it gives you some insight into what's going on with your person and what they're not telling you. If it resonated, give the video a thumbs up if you want to. If you want to leave a comment, I would love those as well. Otherwise, I thank you for coming, and I look forward to next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye. Hi, group 4. Okay, we're going to take a look at what your person isn't telling you. Now, just so you know, I'm not giving away any secrets that you are not meant to hear. Right? Spirit will only give me messages that are for the highest good of you both, for you to know. But for whatever reason, your person is not able to share these things with you. So let's take a look at the card you picked. You picked card number 3, and it's growth. Now, growth can represent, you know, springtime. It can represent fertility, you know, growing and blossoming. But we'll see more on what that card means as we get into the cards and see more what's going on with your person. I'm going to pull some cards on the past, present, future energy of your person, just to get a baseline of what's going on with them, so we can find out what it is that they are keeping to themselves and not sharing with you. Okay. We have Knight of Cups, King of Swords, High Priestess, Three of Swords in reverse, Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. All right, give me just a minute while I take the cards in. All right, so starting with the past energy. They're in this place of wanting to love again after being really hurt. Probably by another, I'm assuming another relationship, another situation that really broke their heart and sort of, what I'm hearing is ripped them in two a little bit. But they're at a point now where they're ready. They feel healed enough. They feel ready for love again. In the present energy, we have the King of Swords and the Seven of Swords. This is an energy of, they're keeping to themselves. They're not They're in control of their thoughts, so it's not like they're spiraling into, negative thinking or anything like that. They're just not, what I'm hearing is telling the truth about the situation. Not lying exactly, just not telling the truth. So there's something that they're not revealing to you. And maybe that's why you're here. They've got a lot going on in their head. They've learned a lot, they've experienced a lot. And there's just some things here that they are not prepared to share yet. When we get into the future energy, we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Pentacles. They're finally becoming one with the situation. They're tapping into their emotional side, their feminine side, the intuitive side of themselves, and opening up a little bit. Here they feel very closed off. Not negative, just closed off. But here they're opening back up, and what I'm seeing here is them offering you this pentacle, this opportunity with roots, this chance to grow with them. All right, we're going to get a little deeper here, get some more information. Spirit, can you give me one card on the past energy? Knight of Cups, Three of Swords in reverse, please. Usually take jumper cards, but they asked me to. So, Two of Wands. It's this energy of they're ready to love again. They've done, some work on themselves after some heartbreak. And they're looking toward the future. They're really considering what they want in a partner, in a love relationship. They're giving it some good, hopeful thought. It's not like a checklist of I need this, I need that. It's this hopeful, imagining what it would be like to share my life with someone forever, Not just, so you may have been in a relationship with them when this was happening, but I get this feeling that it wasn't serious yet or committed. But they're starting to imagine it in that energy, in the past energy. All right, is that the near recent past energy? Okay, sorry. Can you give me one card, please, Spirit, on the present energy, King of Swords and Seven of Swords? What can you tell me that they are not sharing? Three of Pentacles. Take this as it resonates and don't shoot the messenger. But what this energy feels like is that they are dating around a little bit and keeping it hush-hush. Not getting serious with anyone, no commitments, no, secret family on the side, but dating around. Testing the waters, checking compatibility with different people, really trying to learn what's right for them. You know, they've made this decision that they want to love again. But I get the sense that they were in this broken relationship, this relationship that is now broken, for a long time. And they feel like they've missed out on a lot of dating and learning how to date and connect in the way that you do when you're first dating with somebody. And so the energy I'm getting is that they're dating around and they're not really being forthright about that. They don't necessarily feel guilty about it. So I get the sense that it's not, at least in their mind, a very committed, serious relationship that they're in with you or this other person or however many people, I don't know. 2 other people maybe. So they're not feeling guilty about it. They just understand the complications that would come if they told the truth about it. That's what I'm getting. All right, can you give me one card on the future energy, please? We have the Justice card in reverse. They want me to pull one more. Five of Swords. So they get into this future energy. Near future energy. It's not too far out. And they're starting to see the possibilities with you. Serious, long-term possibilities. And they want to offer you more. They want to offer you their single pentacle. Meaning it's no longer multiple, it's just one. They want to be committed to you. And then we get this Justice card in reverse. And I'll tell you what I noticed as soon as I put this card down was the number 11. 11 is the number of divine counterparts. Soulmate energy. They get into this energy where they feel like you're the one. But then they're questioning whether or not they deserve you or they deserve that. They're doubting themselves. They're doubting a little bit whether you're serious about them. And whether or not they deserve this kind of beautiful relationship that they can feel like right there on the precipice. But they don't want to lose you. They really don't want to lose you. But they're worried they might. And now that concerns them. That concerns them a lot in this energy. All right, let's get some messages. We have, I am terrified. I want to get you drunk, and wrongful advice. So early on, they're deciding they're ready to start dating and put themselves out there again and find love again. And it's scary, very scary. So they get into this energy, they're dating around, and we have the I want to get you drunk card. This is the devil card in typical tarot. You know, they want to have fun. They want to test the chemistry. They don't want to be they don't want it to get too serious too fast. That's where they are right now. It's very casual, but at the same time, they're still this King of Pentacles energy, meaning they're taking it casually, they're taking it slow. But their mind is always on what they ultimately want. And they're using logic and they're using their brain to figure out how to get there rather than their heart, unfortunately. So we get into this near future energy and their heart starts to, speak up and they start realizing what they really want, and they see that in you, and they're recognizing that they were giving themselves bad advice here. That they may have gone about all of this in the wrong way. And now they're worried they're going to lose you. Or they could lose you, or they might lose you. You know, it's like there's this sense of regret and worry. Like once their heart opens up and they realize what they have to lose, you know, this energy just feels like a mistake. And they didn't mean it maliciously. Like their actions here are not malicious, or like it's not a player vibe. It's not like that. It's them trying to logically see what's out there and what fits. You know, it's just like when you're having work done in your house, you get 3 bids. Same idea in his head. All right, let's get some additional messages. That last analogy did not come from me. That came from Spirit, so I think it's kind of funny, the 3 bids thing. Just chuckling to myself a little bit there. Even though we shouldn't, I still want you. Yes. And I should have, I could have, I would have. Yeah, very, very appropriate cards for what is going on with your person. So the first one, even though I shouldn't, I still want you. So, you know, they're healing from a broken heart, from a relationship that fell apart. And they're talking themselves into it. They're like working their way into being open to love again, being open to a relationship again. And there's part of them that's like, oh gosh, I shouldn't even go there, right? But they do, because they know what they want ultimately. Then we get into this present energy and we have the yes card. They're just saying yes to everything, right? They're not limiting themselves. They're not limiting necessarily who they date, how many dates they go on. They're just trying to keep their options open. But then we get into this future energy, and that's where the regrets come in. And I saw that through all the cards, the regrets. I should have, I could have, I would have. You know, wishing they had done it differently, you know. But they weren't in that heart space. They're not currently in this heart space to be able to make the right decisions. You know, I do believe that we all do the best we can with what we have at that moment. And for sure, you can see like their growth through this process. They've grown, they've learned. They went from like naive, wanting to, you know, find someone, to trying to be very logical and, you know, king-like about it. And then opening their heart and going, oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to feel. It is a growth for them, for sure. And now, not now, in the near future, their energy is wanting to grow with someone, wanting to grow with you. All right, let's get some more messages. Spirit, can you give us some final messages for group 4? We have, if things were different, I could see myself with you forever. How could you do this when you know it hurts me? And I hate how things ended. If things were different, I could see myself with you forever. I feel that that is their energy from their previous relationship. It's like they imagined that they saw a future with this person and it didn't happen. And it really messed them up. But they did start to heal. They did start to come out of it. And then they're in this energy where they're dating around. And part of them, even now, is saying, if they knew this, it would hurt them, right? If these people that I'm dating knew I was dating other people, it would hurt them. And so they're zipping it. They're not saying anything. And then this future energy, you know, maybe things end with you and there's regrets there, or it's just the fear that you won't accept their offer, that you won't accept their heart. And it's a fear of it ending. No, they want me to pull one more. So I will pull one more message for you, group 4. Okay. I'm not a bad person for choosing me. They're trying to justify their behavior a little bit. And I'm not saying that their behavior was unjustifiable. You know, not being in their shoes, it's hard to know. It's, you know, we all have to make our own decisions and choices. Honesty is usually good, but again, you know, they didn't want to hurt anybody. They just wanted to do what was right by them. And so they don't feel like they're a bad person for doing that, for doing what was right by them, but they're still they carry a lot of regret. They will be, you know, as this situation unfolds. There is this fear of losing you because they did it wrong. And they really want to grow with you. They really want to. It's this spring energy, this fertile energy where they really just want to blossom with you, grow with you, you know, no one else, just the two of you. It's really beautiful energy that they finally find themselves in until they get into this regret and fear place. So do with that what, you know, what feels right to you, and and take it as it resonates, of course. But hopefully this reading brought you some insight, so you know what's going on with your person and what they're not telling you, what you needed to know, what you need to know, so that you can make choices and decisions with some knowledge to back it up. So I hope that's helpful. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what group you're in. Any way that you can to let me know that I connected with your energy and that the reading was worthwhile for you. That would be great. All right. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate your being here, and I look forward to the next reading with you. Bye-bye.